student from Leo de San Lorenzo. I'll be asking a few questions and a few videos for us. So, let me start. Sir, when did you start to notice about your passion for photography?
Well, I trace back my history. I think I got started a bit photography early on during my high school days. See, when I was starting out as a freshman, martial was just good. So I think it ignited my thirst for capturing images because everywhere I go there were like not even a camp, there were like lots of protests.
So, sir, what's the best assignment you've ever had for your field? Or something very memorable?
There's every day is a new adventure for me, but I've been through all kinds of assignments like disasters, glamour, fashion, sports. A lot of memorable events that linger in my mind are those of disasters and massacres. When, like the Benjola massacre or the Ondoy, or because basically get into contact with the marginalized people who are victims of human rights, and people who lose their belongings in their families without really, knowing anything about it. Parang everything is snatched, from them like abruptly without any warning.
So, kaya po, sir, mas napili niyo po yung ganitong klase. Imbis kayo yung mga showbiz, pang-media po.
Yeah, but I also like fashion and entertainment. When you start out as a photojournalist, you get different assignments every day, but eventually you tend to shoot or get things that you can relate to, like poverty or during martial law days you can feel how abusive the military were, and you get to understand that getting in contact with real people on the streets is better, and it educates you and open up your visual journey. This journey, I mean, being a photographer is actually an inner journey because a photographer travels or shoots alone. Not like, when you go out with people on a photo walk, diba, yung kami nyo, ganun. But eventually, it's when you are alone that you start to understand everything.
So, sir, don't you find it very challenging?
Of course, yeah, it's challenging, especially now that I'm half blinded. If you don't know, I can only see with my one eye right now because I was a victim of an ophthalmologist who lacked experience.
Oh,
So anyway, it's very challenging because you get to meet different kinds of people and you can't really know what will happen today or tomorrow. So the most important thing is you are prepared for anything that will happen. Even as a simple photographer, you are always ready for the decisive moment. So everywhere you go, you prepare yourself. So if anything happens, you can react quickly. That's the most important thing with being a news photographer or photojournalist.
okay, sir.
It's fun and challenging.
So for you, being a photographer is really a good thing.
Yeah, except in times of bill payments, because as a freelancer, you don't have fixed salary days. When I used to be a staff photographer, it's okay, but if you go freelance, even if you have jobs, they don't pay you on time. So sometimes you're at the mercy of your clients. But yeah, it's very challenging. When you wake up each day, you get excited to get a new and unique image.
So sir, ito po, medyo personal po. What's the first photograph you took that you really liked or appreciated?
I can remember the first time I really had a good photograph, which I still try to remember until now because most of my negatives were wiped out by typing and drawing. It was a shot of an Amazon woman. She was a member of the NPA, and she lived with her. At some point, her baby daughter was being brought to like her camp in the interlands of Quezon, and I saw her one morning with the baby in her arms, and then a rifle by her side and some kinds of sardines, and the sunlight was streaming from the window. So it was perfect, like the way I saw it in the movies. So,
I can imagine it.
yeah, imagine early morning, warm sun streaming to the window, and this, a bit chubby Amazon woman because she just gave birth to a child. So with her, baby in her arms and a gun by her side, inside a nipa hut. So I can still remember that day with the fresh coffee also being boiled in the kitchen.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's one of my first really important photos. That really meant a lot to me. Except that I lost the image a few years back.
I'm sure you can get a few more of those.
A lot of things happen. They tend to repeat themselves, but the memories,
Are
it's-
irreplaceable.
irreplaceable. It's always a unique event every time. So it adds up to your experience and also to your nightmares. Yeah, nightmares and beautiful images and happy memories and frustrating memories too.
Oh, that's fine. Sir, so this is the last one. Well, actually, last two. Why photography, sir? I mean, of
Why photography?
everything being offered in this world, why photography?
I found out that photography is the only because I wasn't really everybody when I was growing up was becoming to be a real activist, so political activist, and I think I wasn't really prepared to go into the um, area. So the only thing I really had knew was how to express myself. It was my voice. The only voice or form of expression I can practice like was really that. So I love. Maybe I'll shoot until the lights dim down. It's the only thing I can do. It's uncomfortable.
So yun, nakukuha ka yung camera eh.
Testing. Rinig kaya yung audio. May
Sige po. Ito po, so last na po. Do you have
tricks. Actually, we have no tricks as everything is supposed to be real. But the only thing I can advise like young photographers today is to shoot with your heart, your eyes and your mind, and try to feel everything and get to know your camera early on. Get away with all the techniques and tricks and everything, but because after a while, when these technical things get past you, you work with your subconscious, and then you will start to really know your when you look at the world, it's like everything is in frames. So even if you have no camera, when you get out in the streets, try to frame everything in your mind. Para when you get back and you have your camera, you can you will have a better view or a better image. Yun lang. And get ready. Always be ready for the moment. So, yun nga. Kailangan alam mo yung camera mo parang kasama. Kitang ito, this is just a year-old camera pero parang masyado. Kasi I use it every day, kahit saan.
Just went through a lot.
Yeah, don't leave home without your camera. Yun lang.
Thank you po. Do you have any more questions?
Baka mo ito. Huwag lang pera.
Do you have any more questions?
Ano pa ba? Ano pa pwede sabihin? Yun nga, try to shoot with your own visual stamp. Don't copy pictures of others, but try to understand them, and you'll develop your own style.
Sir, have you ever made a mistake that you can never, that you always regret?
Yeah. As a photographer, you always forget to check your film or your shot. Like especially now during the digital era, because our cameras also act as our video camera. So every time, before you go home, you can check your digital preview because that's why it's made that way. So at least you can correct your mistake. Not like in the old days when you have film. Sometimes you're shooting without any film. Or I processed my I colored slide film in black and white chemical. So I spoiled the cover of our magazine. And you cannot repeat the parang championship game in the PBA. So I wasn't able to deliver a good cover for the yun lang. Pero things happen. Just be careful. Make sure before you go home, you have your images.
Sige po, sir. So, maraming salamat po sa oras.
Okay, okay.
So, thank you po.
Salamat din. Okay.